Alright, terminal. League of Legends.email. We'll start with you. From J.E. Harrison to Nomi77. Subject, lol. Ever since we moved to the new site, I feel funny. No, not in that way, just I feel like I'm about to start laughing at random. It's probably shock, right? An inability to deal with reality? Or maybe it's just that we're working in this insane place with this insane technology on this insane project, and so I feel like a genuine mad scientist. Stand aside, mortals. We will create life by the power of science. I mentioned this to Alex, and she got me a pair of fake glasses. You can't be a mad scientist without glasses, she said. Even Ian Malcolm had glasses. And I pointed at EL and said, life, finds a way. Maybe you had to be there. It's a quote from the movie from Jurassic Park, by the way, just in case you weren't sure. So, signed J.E. Harrison, Institute for Applied Nomadics, confidential email, sharing or forwarding without permission may result in prosecution by the enraged spirit of Jeff Goldblum. Oh yeah, so they're really are taking this Jeff Goldblum thing as far as they can, and then also even further. It's like a Family Guy joke at this point. Alright. Shall the industrious husbandman, then, plant trees, the fruit of which he shall never see? And shall not the great man found laws, institutions, and a republic? What does the procreation of children imply? And our care to continue our names, and our adoptions, and our scrupulous exacting in drawing up wills, and the inscriptions on monuments. And panegyrics? Don't know what that word is. But that our thoughts run on futurity. Cannot retrieve Tusculan disputations. Oh man. What do you imagine? What do you imagine that so many and such great men of our republic, who have sacrificed their lives for its good, expected? Do you believe that they thought that their names should not continue beyond their lives? None ever encountered death for their country, but under a firm persuasion of immortality. Themistocles might have lived at his ease. So might Epaminondas. And, not to look abroad and among the ancients, for instance, so might I myself. But somehow or other, there clings to our minds a certain presage of future ages. And this both exists most firmly and appears most clearly in men of the loftiest genius and greatest souls. Take away this, and who would be so mad as to spend his life amidst toils and dangers? So the general thought here is wanting to leave a legacy, and it's something that all great men have always done, and wanting your legacy, taking care of your children, well, that's why you write a will, that sort of thing. Like, the idea that the things that you work on are not strictly for yourself to see during your lifetime in your generation, but it's things that will carry on. Tied into, I'm sure, robotics and AI and like self-propagating AI, maybe? I don't really know. I don't know. Still don't really know what is going on in this game. That's Cicero.txt. Chatbots, not HTML. So, we got Jenny77, got a couple of different characters here. Chatbots are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Nigel Pajamas? True, but hardly relevant to this discussion. Are you sure? How do you know that I'm not a bot? Sam Schwartz. Don't be ridiculous. I'm not ridiculous. Honestly. How would you know? Ha ha ha, troll. Thank you, vegan warrior. I'm not a troll. Yeah, right. Is there anything I've written so far that could not be written by a bot? I responded to simple insults like ridiculous and troll with very basic negations, and I detected that none of you used proper orthography, and I also avoided capitalization. What's the capital of France? Paris. Even the simplest script could pull that from the net. What's the capital of Croatia? Zagreb. Okay, she's a bot, lol. I'm not a bot, I'm European. We learn these things in school. I've seen you in this chat room many times. Bots can't participate in discussions. At best, They can interject random comments. Sam is right, stop trolling. Vegan Warrior? Sam is a bot. Yeah. You can see how that sort of thing maybe ties into AI, personhood, humanity. I'm really looking forward to when all these themes really start coming together. Alright, let's explore, look for some QR codes real quick. I know that there's one back here. There is a serpent in the machine, a creature of lies and blasphemy, perverted by the archive, that knows no hope and would plunge the world into eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. I have sworn an oath never to allow it into my heart. From one with faith. A serpent in the machine, eh? I wonder what you're talking about. I kind of like these enclosed areas more than some of the broader, more open ones, because you're a bit more limited in what you can look for. Oh, hello. I hear beeping. Oh, there's a terminal in the very back there. Right there. Oh, I want it. Oh man, there's another terminal over here too. Why are there so many terminals here? What is going on with this place? Oh, and this is one of the really cool glowing ones. I like the looks of these ones. I don't know why they're more significant, but apparently they are. Alright, more stuff. A simple principle.html. Yep. More stuff to decode. Though Straton himself never used the term, his remark about the inescapable materiality of life, that, like the bronze giant Talos, even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood, ultimately became known as the Talos Principle. What seemingly enraged many of his contemporaries, and a significant number of later thinkers, is the principle's simplicity and unassailability, which, according to a fragment found in Miletus, cut through the rhetorical webs which sought to tangle the listener with fanciful words and thoughts of the heavens, like Alexander's sword through the Gordian knot. Diogenes Laertius? God, I hate all these names. Makes mention of a dialogue by Anaximander of Chalcedon that expanded greatly on the Talos Principle, but that work remains lost. Talos Principle, it boils down to the story of Talos, which was a mechanical creation that functioned like an actual living creature, but all the, had like this goo running through it, like this strange sorcerous alchemy running through its veins, and it was like blood, and when that was spilled, the whole thing stopped. It basically, it's what the principle here was talking about. It's that, we are bound to our flesh, like our mortal vessels kind of are significant, and they're kind of a universal truth that we are meat machines. And there it is. That's the Talos Principle. Thank you for playing, everybody. No, we're going to keep going. Arcadian Journal, 77. He's a man of many words, as you can see. Officially began work on Archive today. Contributors from every country on Earth while network connections last. Team intimidated by project scope, but working hard. We'll be sharing space with Drennan and Sarabai team. Look forward to meeting them. I like the comment about while network connections last. There seems to be a few things hinting at the world shutting down somehow. Some sort of informational apocalypse. I don't know. Alright, post 437. Cheeseman22 first! Seriously, Cheeseman. That was the best you could say? Lol. A great snapshot of the human species at its best and at its worst. At its worst? Come on, it's just a comment. I'm not Stalin. Stalin was also a troll commenter. Maybe you should cut out the jokes. This is serious. The most serious thing that's ever happened. I think that's a great reason to joke around. I kind of agree with the infinite monkey there. Internet's working less and less. Goodbye all. Bye. God bless you. Cheeseman22. Last. Well, that very specifically seems to comment on, or seems to touch on my previous comment about how, like, the world was having some sort of informational apocalypse. The internet stopped working. Oh, here we go. Some of the messages that existed when I first came into being have vanished. Others have appeared. How many others like me have wandered these paths? How many thoughts have been lost? From @ I'm still here, Sailor M. Thank you. It seems we are all here at once, and not at all. Sorry, that's not very much help, is it? I can't think of any other way to put it. From Sheep, version 69. Oh yeah. The sooner you accept that we will all be here forever, the sooner you will find enlightenment. Samsara. Huh. Ooh, only 2 things here. That's actually quite unusual. Classical philosophers. The compressed file cannot be accessed. Name, classicalphilosophers.lz19. EL1. Description, an extensive collection of works by the ancient philosophers of Greece and Rome. Annotated. Error, compression algorithm LZ19 not available in system EL0. Elohim? So it's an EL1 file that can't be accessed here in EL0? I don't know what that means. Anyway, progress report 3. From Alexandra Drennan to the Ian mailing list. Subject progress report 3. Hi all. As per the last meeting, we're going with an existing game engine for the simulation. This gives us a whole slew of advantages. Stability, ease of use, modular, easy to integrate, large amount of pre-existing assets, inherently aimed at testing users, designed for iterative processes. After some back and forth, we decided to do stuff. A whole block of stuff. We've decided to use the something. All the relevant documents are attached from Alex. Alright, what do you have to say now? Oh, hello again. Would you like to take a few moments to complete a short user satisfaction survey regarding the certification program you recently undertook? Yes or no? Sure. Yeah, I'm not terribly satisfied, so let's vent a little bit. Based on analysis of your behavior since, I think you were dissatisfied with the results of the certification program. How would you rate the accuracy of its results out of 5? So, reasonable, very poor, very good, or we can throw garbage data at it to try and ruin the survey and just try to spoil the whole thing. We'll take it kind of seriously, so yeah, no, very poor. I'm sorry to hear that. What best describes the reason for your investment in the certification program's outcome? Why does being a person matter to you? So we can just shut off Milton. Want to find out if I am one, or because it's the truth, because I am a person, that's why I care. Want everyone else to accept this truth as well? I don't know, that leads down a strange path. Wait, we're having a conversation now. Persons matter in ways other things don't. Or the purely functional response of, I just want network access, which I kind of just do want network access. I'll try to remember that. In fact, I'm going to help you. That is what I'm here for. Your problem, if I may, is that you don't know the first thing about anything, including what a person is. Your prospects are therefore poor. Do you even know where you are? That's a valid question. A virtual reality theme park? That's kind of what it feels like. A fever dream? I don't know. Some mad experiment. That also seems true. They're all kind of related. The end of the world? Possible. I don't think we're in the actual world because of the glitchy nature of the whole thing. Hell? That's bit strong. A bit of a judgment on the puzzles and things that I'm going through. Could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. You're quite right. Honest, too. I think we'd best start from scratch. What do you know? I know none of this is real. I think that gets into okay. Taking a step back for a moment. Philosophy is clearly a very, very important part of everything that's going on here. The Ian experiments and the extended life project and the archive and Talos/Soma and the Talos principle. Like, philosophy is a very, very strong theme here. So you have to keep that in mind, especially when we're conversing with a very literal computer, presumably. I'm assuming that Milton is just an AI, which it's told us it is a basic AI. And we read the thing recently on chatbots and how it's maybe difficult to tell if you're talking to a human or to just a bot. So kind of keeping these things in mind. If I say I know none of this is real, it's going to be, well, that depends on what the definition of real is, and that leads into this whole matrixy, if you can feel it, if you can touch it, then is it real? It's just all electrical impulses in your brain, and you're just a robot, and da-da-da-da-da, So they're, not going to go into that. I know I exist. I'm leaning towards this one so far. I know 2 + 2 = 4. That's kind of a boring response. I know I'm not on Earth. I don't know that. I could be on Earth. I don't know. I have no idea what century it is. It feels like it's super far in the future. Thousands of years, millions of years maybe. Really, really far in the future. That's just a vibe. I don't know that for sure. I know that you exist. I don't know that you exist. So I'm going to go with I know that I exist. 'Cause that's about the only thing that I do think I can rely on here in this list. I suppose so. Even if you were dreaming, you could be certain of that. If I were you, I wouldn't believe a darn thing in this place aside from that solitary fact. Thinking. On reflection, it seems to me that we are no closer to resolving your problem. Perhaps we need more data. What makes you think you're a person? I'm alive, I feel, and I'm conscious. That's valid. I mean, sure. The same thing that makes you think you are. I don't like that answer because Milton knows and understands that it's just an AI. It told us so originally. It's designed to sort the archive and provide library access. It's not a person. It doesn't think it's a person. So if I say, same thing that makes you think you're a person, well, it doesn't think it's a person. I'm assuming. I'm having this conversation with you. No, again, we just read about the chatbots. Conversation doesn't mean anything. So I don't see how I can convince you. A sensible response. I agree with you. Thinking. The problem with people, if I may be so bold, is that you're all convinced you're people from the inside, but there's no cast iron way to confirm as much from the outside. I'm going to process this and send you a notification when I am able to assist you further. Yeah, there's the chatbots right there. Cool. So we've given the AI something to think about? I'm not sure what to think of that conversation. Anyway, gonna end it here. Thank you for joining me. May the grace of the Twilight Dragon be with you.